What's life at home like, apart from the many, many children now? You have a... Is this right? You have a cockapoo?
Yeah, we do, yeah.
You have a cockapoo. Do you know what a cockapoo is? No. A cockapoo is a breed dog. It's a cocker spaniel crossed with a poodle.
Crossed with a poodle.
Do we have a picture of a cockapoo? Do you have a picture of your cockapoo?
No.
Okay.
Do you?
Have we got any cockapoo? Just put a dog up. We'll get... Put a dog up. It's a dog, anyway. So, how well behaved is the cockapoo?
She's very lovely. She has a lovely temperament about her, but she gets very overexcited.
Yeah.
I mean, she's tiny. I think she might even be a toy cockapoo.
Wow.
I don't really know. It's quite a small little thing. She's about that big. More of a hand towel than a creature. Little fluffy thing. Very excitable. And it gets so excited when anyone comes in that she will, if you touch her, she'll piss on your shoes.
We had a dog that used to do a sort of stress wee and excitement wee.
I'm so glad to see you. It's just cannot contain herself. And we thought she'd grow out of it, but it's still happening. You have to ignore her for a full 10 minutes or she'll piss on your shoes.
And then it calms down.
But she's quite cute, so people... if you take her out for a walk, people want to stroke her, she's quite cute. And as they're going down, you go, she's going to piss in your shoes! You can't get it out quick enough.
Well, that she can, obviously.
Yeah. But people are weirdly accepting of it.
Yeah.
So they'll go down, she'll piss all over them. You go, I'm so sorry. Oh, it's fine.
Yeah.
Just because she's cute. I mean, I don't... You wouldn't accept Brad Pitt pissing on your shoes, but somehow the cuteness of a dog is acceptable.
Have you got any pets?
Yeah.
What have you got?
Labrador and Yorkshire.
Would you like a cockapoo?
Not with those shoes. They'd be ruined.
No, not with the shoes.
Is it one of your shoes?
Yes.
I'm an 11.
I'm a 9.
I will send you to you.
Will you send me a pet? Yeah, because David would
11?
like a pet. Yeah.
Yeah.
And he's a 9, but send
9,
two 11s, because that way he's got something to grow into. How long did it take you to get where you are today? And were there times you thought, this is not going to happen, I'm going back to that?
Well, I gave myself like a 5-year window. I came out there when I was 25 years old, and I figured if I haven't at least become independent, away from bartending and waiting tables and sort of part-time jobs, at least by the time I'm 30, then I think we'll figure that the market has spoken and it's time to pull up the stakes and turn my 1986 Toyota Corolla eastward and head back.
What was the worst job you had in that period? What was the worst job to make ends meet that you had?
Oh, there's so many. I was a set dresser. I don't know if you know what that is. That's the person that, when they move the cameras on movie sets, has to make sure that the props are all back in the same place and everyone is matching so everything looks the same, which in and of itself is a lovely job, unless you're doing it for softcore porn jobs, which makes it a decidedly less fun environment because there's way more Windex and sanitary gel involved with everything. You just really don't want to touch anything.
Wow. So presumably you have to make sure any implements that are being used stay where they should be?
Yeah. It was not ideal.
Can you tell us one of the titles you worked on?
I wish I could think, but we made a 90-minute film in 5 days.
Wow.
And I'm using the phrase film really loosely.
James, worst job you had before you arrived, if that's the word?
James was an actor in one of those films. That was the worst job.
Yeah, but it was supposed to be a hardcore porn, and then I turned up and it was very much a softcore. No, I worked at... it wasn't a bad job. I rather enjoyed it. I was a waiter at Bella Pasta in High Wycombe, and we used to, when they would put... I'm not saying they do this at all Bella Pastas. It's just what used to happen at my one. When they'd put, like, pizzas up on the thing, it was quite commonplace to just, like, nick a bit of cheese off and, like, put them out. And you just, like, well, and then you take things over. And I took 2 pizzas over to the table, and I went, your Four Seasons, your Quattro Formaggio, and your pepperoni. And the whole table was 4 people. They just looked at the pizzas and then just looked up at me, and there was a string of cheese from the pizza to my mouth. And I just went... I'm going to bring you another one of these. And this one's on the house. Thanks.
Wow. I love how involved you still are with Wales, how important it obviously is to you.
Yes.
Because...
Me and you, all the way.
Yeah. Well, we're only allowed 2 Welsh people in
two.
the studio at any given time. So,
The EU quota of Welsh people.
tell me about this event, because this does sound extraordinary. It's the Homeless World Cup.
Yes.
Taking place in Cardiff on the between the 27th of July and the 3rd of August.
Yes.
Well, now, how did you get involved in this?
Well, so there's an organisation called Street Football Wales who got in touch with me probably about 4 or 5 years ago now. And they said, look, we are an organisation that puts on football tournaments, creates football leagues and football teams for people who are experiencing homelessness or some kind of social exclusion in some way. And, you know, would you like to come and get involved with us? And I thought, well, at first I thought, well, why are you putting all your energy and focus and money into doing football for people when you could just deal with the issues directly, you know? So I went down and, you know, and spoke to them, and then I realised the brilliance of it. Football is the hook. And that's what brings people in. You can get services to them in an easier, more direct way. People get motivated. They meet people. They make connections. They're suddenly part of a team. They get motivated to stay fit, you know, and get their lives back on track and stuff. So there was one woman, Dee, who I'll never forget, who it was, you know, a lot for most people, it's their first time travelling out of the country for a start, and putting like the shirt on for your country. You know, when you've gone through all kinds of difficulties, you know, for many years.
You've been in, you know, lost somewhat to drugs, or if your life is treating you better, and then to actually feel like, hold on, I'm part of something now. It must be a really amazing transformation.
So to see Dee, who I'm sure she won't mind me saying, had been struggling with a lot of different issues. She hadn't been able to see her children for a very long time. But being part of this team, this women's Welsh team, and getting to go and represent her country in Oslo at the World Cup, to put that Welsh jersey on. And, you know, God bless her, she wasn't the best footballer, but she was giving it everything. And to watch her play, and I saw her score a goal.
Wow.
And I'll never forget that. I will never forget that moment. You saw on her face her life changing. It just changed in that moment.
Because you could have been a professional footballer, and you had the skills, and you were scouted, weren't you?
Well, I hit my peak at 12. So when I was 12 years old, I went on holiday to Pontins on the Isle of Wight.
Oh, man.
And, oh, look, there's me.
Yeah.
That's Bagland Boys Club up there.
Which one's you there? Which one's
So, back row, 3rd from the left. Yeah, so I was on holiday in Pontins on the Isle of Wight, and it just so happened that Tony Adams, you know Tony Adams of Arsenal in England, who was only 15 at the time, I was 12, him and his dad were on holiday there. And his dad was sort of one of the scouts at Arsenal. And he saw me playing. I played against Tony Adams, skinned him. And then he organised a match for a local team against a team from Pontins. And unbeknownst to me, it was in order to watch me play in a sort of competition. And then he said to my dad afterwards, we'd like to bring him to be part of the Arsenal youth team. And my dad, I didn't know this. And it was only when I got home after the holiday and I overheard my parents talking to friends of theirs in the living room, and I heard them tell this story, and I was outside the front room, but my mum and dad said, no, he's not going to go because he's only 12, he can't live in London on his own, and we can't move down there. I mean, fair enough. Yeah. And so I was both really excited and kind of devastated.
That must have been heartbreaking to hear that, because even though you are obviously a smart enough young man to see the reasoning, but still, to be that close to something that amazing.
Well, in that moment, it was a lot to process. I was just excited to hear what they'd said. And obviously, as the years have gone on, even if I would never have made it to the top level. I'm
hoping that any day now, though, you'll feel you can talk to your parents again.
I hope so. Yeah. We'll work into it slowly.